Hey friends, welcome to this video. Now, as I mentioned before, here in Houston, the weather is super bipolar. You know, one day you're wearing your cool ass sweaters and the next day you're back to plain old white t-shirts. So with that said, today I want to talk to you a little bit about the Socratic method. Now, this is a concept of basically asking yourself the hard questions. Now, as you already know, I love sharing anything that I believe has brought value to my life. So hopefully it's something that will help you make the decisions you need to make and take the action to progress in the goals that you want to achieve. Listen, I know how difficult it is when you want to start this crazy idea. You want to go on this endeavor. You want to take a trip. You want to start a certain business, and immediately all of the negative thoughts creep in. What if it doesn't work out? I don't really want to spend this money. It seems like every time you're trying to do something outside of the norm, you get all of this resistance just coming at you, and it makes it so difficult to just make a simple decision. Take, for example, this YouTube channel. I'm continuously asking myself, what if it doesn't work? What if I do all this work and I don't see any benefit, being a monetary benefit or a viewership or subscriber increase or whatever the case may be? That's part of the negativity that I'm talking about that just tends to creep in anytime you're doing something that is, as I mentioned, outside of the norm. It's not every day somebody decides to start a YouTube channel, to start a brand, or to chase their dream outside of their everyday life. I mean, to be honest, I think everybody has it inside of them. But as I mentioned, with all of the negativity that creeps in, it is so difficult to take this action. So this is where I want to encourage you to apply the Socratic method anytime you want to start a new endeavor or make a decision that will move you forward in the progress you want to make. So this concept comes from the old philosopher Socrates, and it's basically the idea of asking yourself the hard questions and then questioning the answers that you get to those questions. So it's basically following the trail of whys. So, as I mentioned earlier, the negative thoughts that I get about this channel is, what if it doesn't work out? What if I put in all this time and effort and energy into this endeavor and I don't see any benefit? But the negativity, I believe, kind of blinds us to the indirect results that we get. I think there's a saying that says, your work works on you more than you work on it. So the more videos that I continue to do, the more effort and time I invest into an endeavor, I am going to get a lot better at it just by default. So I'm going to automatically get better at my communication. I'm going to get a lot more confident behind camera. If you repeat something with effort, with energy, and with purpose, you will automatically start seeing the results. You will get a lot better at that particular endeavor just by default. So as I mentioned, by using the Socratic method, you want to begin to ask yourself these tough questions. Okay, yes, what if it doesn't work out? What if I quit my job to try and do it full time and I don't make any money? What if I have to go back to doing DoorDash to be able to pay my bills? And you continue to look at the worst case scenario. And for me personally, it's really not that bad. I mean, there's nothing I can't recover from if this endeavor doesn't work out or if I don't see any monetary results. However, if I use the Socratic method to ask myself the positive questions, what if it does work out? What if I continue to doing a video every week or every other day? How much better will I get at my communication? How much more confident will I be on camera? And I think it's when you release all this pressure behind expecting a result, you automatically get the result from having purpose, from having passion for the thing that you're doing. And this is where many people talk about finding love for what you do. Isn't that what we're all after, doing what you love? So you have to really, as cliche as it sounds, you have to fall in love with the work. You have to fall in love with the activity and the journey that the endeavor will take you on. So instead of asking yourself all of these negative questions about failure, try to shift that into positive questions. What if it does work out? What if I get my first 10,000 subscribers? What if I actually get monetized? What if I actually start building a brand or start building my own products that can bring in revenue so I can start replacing my full-time income? These are the kind of questions that will support the actions that you need to take. So really try to dig into what are the worst outcomes that will come from the action that you want to take. And many times you might discover that it's really not that bad. And then try to challenge that by asking yourself all of the positive questions. What will the positive outcomes be if you embark on this adventure, if you take this risk to achieve the ultimate life that you want to achieve? Okay, guys, so that's basically the Socratic method in a nutshell. That's what I try and do anytime I feel stuck. I write down a set of questions of the negative outcomes that might result in me making this decision. And then I also go with the positive outcomes just to help remind myself what is the benefit that I'm looking for and what is the positive result that I'll get by default if I continue to progress on this particular endeavor that I'm taking on. Okay, guys, well, thanks for joining me again. Like I said, if you liked the video, feel free to share, like, or subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.